Hi, good afternoon everyone. Previous what we discussed in flower structure, fruit structure, types of fruits, seeds, how many types of seeds we discussed yesterday, monocot and dicot seed. Now we are discussing some technical, semi-technical, that is a description in a flowering plant. Ready? So previous we discussed that in the first topic living world, you know that is a group of species is called a genus. A group of genus is belongs to one family. Means similar genus we called as one family. Now here also we are discussing how can you describe, how can you give description this plant is belongs to that family. That's why whatever plant I given to you based on that characters we can find out that. What characters we are considering to description of one flowering plant? The first we will take habitat. What is that name? Habitat. So first we will take habitat, where it is present that plant, where it is growing, what area, aquatica, terrestrial. One first point we are considering. And second one we are considering, that is called vegetative characters. What characters considering? Vegetative characters. So what are the vegetative characters in the plant? One is root, stem, leaf. Root to stem, leaf are the vegetative characters. How is their root? What type of root? That is called fibrous root or taproot system. We can discuss in what type of root. Oh, taproot. Maybe it's a dicot. Maybe like that root system first considering. Next stem we are considering. Stem how is there? Straight, branched, woody. Stem we are considering. Next leaves. What type of leaves are present? Simple leaf or compound leaf? Stipulata, non-stipulata. That. Vegetative characters we are considering. That is root, stem, leaf. But along with that, it's a very important characters we are taking. What characters? Reproductive characters. What characters we are taking? Reproductive characters. So what is the reproductive characters? That is called inflorescence, and flower. Inflorescence and flower also we are considering. That's why to describe the one flowering plant, what we are using? Vegetative characters we are considering, and reproductive characters also we are considering. What are the vegetative characters we are considering? Root, stem, leaf. What are the reproductive characters we are considering? That is called inflorescence and flower. What are the inflorescence we are taking? That is cymose inflorescenza, racemose inflorescenza. Or maybe we are taking that is flower. That is what type of flower we are considering. That is reproductive part also we are considering in the description of one flowering plant. Now come to here. If you take flower, how can you explain? How can you describe? That is the first one. We are using some symbols in that description purpose. Scientific symbols, scientific terms we are using. What are the symbols we are using to description time? One is called BR. BR means bracteate flower. Bracteate flower. What is the flower? BR symbol indicates, we can write later formula, that is a floral, one flower based one formula I can write. For that writing of that formula, what we are using? Some alphabet symbols using, that is BR. BR indicates bracteate flower. Second one, EBR. EBR is indicates, this is called BR means bracteate flower. EBR means that is called ebracteate flower. What is the meaning of ebroctiate flower, ma? The flower with broct we called as broctiate. The flower without broct we called as ebroctiate flower. That only not discussed previous. Now another one, B or L. What is the B or L? That is called broctiolate flower. Broctiolate. B or L means broctiole. The flower with broctiole we called as broctiolate flower. Next, E, B or L. E, B or L is there. What you call this? Ebroctiate flower. What you call? Ebroctiate flower. That is, B or L means broctiate. EBRL means ebroctiate flower. There are two types of flower, broctiate to ebroctiate or broctiolate to ebroctiolate. What is the difference here? That is, the flower with broct we called as broctiate, without broct we called as broctiolate flower. Same, the flower with broctiole we called as broctiolate flower. Absence of broctiole, that flower we called as ebroctiolate flower. Completed. After completion of that, we are taking the flower is unisexual flower or bisexual flower. Unisexual means that is called male part only present or female part also present. That in case a symbol like this symbol, what you call this? It is arrow mark, indicates male symbol. That's why this flower we called as staminate flower. That flower, what flower? Staminate flower. What you call staminate? That is called male flower. Correct? Next, another one. Symbol like this is there. Like this. What you call symbol like this is there? This we called as, female flower. That is pistillate flower. Pistillate flower. That is called female flower. Only that flower which consists of only stamens, unisexual flower, that is called this symbol. This symbol indicates what? Staminate, male flower. This symbol is indicate what? Pistillate, female flower. Next, in case both is there, like that. Both. What you call this flower? This is called bisexual flower. Bisexual flower. It depends on the conditions. The flower with both stamens, carpels, both is there. What you call that one? Bisexual flower. Only pistil is there, pistillate flower. Only stamens is there, that we called as staminate flower. Okay, this is called only sex of the flower we are discussing. Male part only present, stamens only present, we called as staminate. Pistil only present, we called as pistillate. But both are present in one flower. What you call that one? That is called bisexual flower. It's okay? Symbol, it's normal symbol. Next, another one. Symmetry we are discussing. Symmetry. What is the symmetry? This is indicates this. This is indicates what type of symmetry? That is radial symmetry. That flower we called as what? Actinomorphic flower. Actinomorphic flower. This symbol it's indicate actinomorphic flower. Or what symmetry? No, radial symmetry. If this symbol is there, maybe like this, or percentage type, like this is there. What you call this symmetry? Or maybe this symbol or this symbol we are reaching. What you call this symmetry? Bilateral symmetry, that we called as zygomorphic flower. Zygomorphic flower. Floral formula, this symbols we are using for what? Actinomorphic flower. This symbol we are using for what? Zygomorphic flower. Okay, na? Symbols taken. Next, another one. Other one. We are taking rings. Rings. Tell me once again. See, first ring what, Nana? That is called calyx. Okay, na? This is called the first wall of the flower. It is indicated what? K. K is indicates as calyx. Calyx is made up of members we called as sepals. What you call that one? Sepals. Next, another one. This is the calyx. Maybe calyx is considered as two possibilities is there here. The members of the sepals may be united or may be free. United means free means what you call polycephalous. Free means what you call gamocephalous. So here important one. In case of poly means what you call Kn. In case that sepals are united condition, what you call, keep in the bracket, Kn. So bracket symbol is indicate what? United condition, union of that sepals. That's why the number of sepals in bracket is there, that we called as gamocephalous. The number of sepals without bracket is there, that we called as polycephalous. Okay? Calyx, it's indicated by K. It's made up of members, maybe K, and N means number of sepals. Polysepals we are using without bracket. With bracket means that we called as what? Gamocephalous. Example, in case one plant, coconut plant consists of 5 sepals. 5 sepals means K5. Maybe this is polycephalous means we are using like this. In case of the gamocephalous means I am keeping in bracket. Understood? Like that we can write. Second one is corolla. In a corolla, it's indicated what symbol? C. This is C is indicated corolla. It is composed of petals. Same here also we are using two words that we called as polypetalous. Next one is called gamopetalous. Same symbol. In case C5, Cn is there. This is called polypetalous. Cn keeping in the bracket, number of petals keeping in the bracket. What you call that one? Gamopetalous. That's why maybe we can see with the help of this symbol, that is polypetalous or gamopetalous. Easily we can differentiate that flower. Next, another one. In case some of the flowers, no calyx and corolla. Example, see water lily. In the water lily, calyx, corolla, we can't differentiate. It's merged both walls. What you call that one? That is called perianth. What you call mother? Perianth. Perianth is indicated by symbol P. Perianth is indicated by symbol P. It's made up of members we called as what? Tepals. Correct? Free means we called as polytepalous. Unite means we called as gamotepalous. United means what you call gamotepalous. In case it is the free, what you call symbol? P. N. How many tepals we are keeping number now? In case that is called gamotepalous, what you do? P N keeping in the bracket. Calyx corolla is there, no problem. But if you take some plants, water lily, calyx corolla, we can't differentiate. It's merged. That's why what you call that condition? Perianth. In this perianth, what happened? Perianth is made up of members we called as tepals. Tepals may be free or may be unite. Anyway, tepals free, we are using this symbol. Tepals number keeping in the bracket that we called as gametepalous. What you call? Gametepalous. Next, another one. After this, we are taking androecium. Androecium. Androecium we are taking. It is indicated symbol is A. A symbol is indicating. A. Bracket keep means you are confused. So it is indicated by A. A means androecium. These stamens also may be two possibilities. One we called as polyandrous. Polyandrous. Second one is called, another one. What you call? Cohescent androus. Cohescent. Cohescent means merged, united. If you take androecium, I am keeping A symbol. Polyandrous means stamens 5. Androecium is composed of stamens. Stamens 5. 5 means 5. A-N. In case 5 stamens, cohesion condition present. Cohesion means united condition present. What you do? This is keep in the bracket. Bracket number keeping in the within the bracket, that condition we called as cohesion. Completed? This is called what ma? Stamens. Androecium. Okay na? But some cases stamens present in two ways, two bundles. What? 2 is long, 2 is short. Like that. What you do? 2 is long, 2 is short. 2 plus 2. Arrangement is 2 walls. For example, Fabaceae family you take. How many bundles? Diadelphous. In the two cases, what you do? That is 9 plus 1. 9 bundle. 9 stamens 1 bundle. 1 stamen 1 bundle. Means 2 bundles is there. 2 ways we are keeping. Anyway, androecium is symbol is A. Polyandrous means AN. In case united means we are keeping cohesion condition. Within the bracket we are writing. Next, another one, gynoecium. Gynoecium. What you call? Gynoecium. Gynoecium is indicated symbol is G. What you call? G. This gynoecium is composed of how many carpels? How many carpels? That is, if a carpels are free, we call it as what? Apocarpus. If a carpels are united, we call it as syncarpus. Is it a word? Syncarpus means carpels are united. Apocarpus means carpels are free. Now apocarpus, what you do? G, N. Not united. United means within the bracket we are keeping. It's a free. Here syncarpus G, N. United. Like this. Number of carpels are keeping in the within the bracket. When? If that flower have syncarpus condition. Completed ma? This is called gynoecium. But here very important one. What is that flower? Hypogynous flower, perigynous flower, epigynous flower. It's what type of flower? How can you indicate? That is, if you take that flower is hypogynous. Hypogynous. 3 types of flower now. One is called hypogynous. Second one we called as perigynous. Perigynous. Third one we called as epigynous. So 3 types of flowers. Hypo, perigynous, epigynous. If you take hypogynous, hypo means ovary is superior or inferior? Ovary is superior. Correct? Perigynous, ovary is inferior or superior? Half inferior. Correct? Of inferior. Next one is epigynous. Ovary is inferior, no? Completely ovary is inferior. Three possibilities. Hypogynous flower, ovary is superior. Perigynous flower, ovary is half inferior. And epigynous flower, ovary is completely inferior condition. Now three possibilities is there in the flower. If you take first condition, hypogynous flower, ovary is superior. I am taking, this is called G. If ovary is superior, line draw in the downside. Down means what, ma? Gynoecium. Ovary up. Up means what? Superior. That's why line draw in the downside. If you take perigynous flower, half inferior you take. Now G, what you draw? Up or down? No, perigynous means half inferior, half superior. That's why line drawing in the here. Middle. So epigynous flower. Epigynous flower, what happened? Ovary is completely downside. Remaining floral appendages are upside. That's why ovary is inferior. Inferior. Ovary is inferior. This is ovary inferior means line drawing up. Up means ovary down, inferior. Down draw means ovary is up, superior. Over. If ovary is superior, line draw below the G. If your ovary is inferior, line drawn on the upside. If you line drawn on the upside, the ovary is down like. That is called inferior. Okay? So these symbols we are using to describe the one flowering plant. Based on that one, it belongs to what family we are saying. Another one, some cases, you get two possibilities. One is called cohesion. Cohesion. Second one we called as adhesion. Adhesion. What is the difference between the cohesion and adhesion? Cohesion means only the floral wall, same wall members united condition we called as cohesion. For example, sepals united, petals united, stamens united, carpels united. That condition only we called as cohesion. What you do? Cohesion condition we are keeping in the within the bracket. Within the bracket we are keeping cohesion. Example, calyx you take. How many sepals are present? What you write? Sepals. 5 sepals united. That is gamosepalous. 5 keeping here. So bracket symbol is indicated cohesion condition, united condition. Adhesion, adhesive. What is the adhesion? One of the wall is attached to the another wall. One wall is attached to the another wall, that we called as adhesion. Example, stamens are attached to the petals. Stamens attached to the carpels. That condition we called as adhesion. That's why what symbols we are using. Now symbols is seen in A, petals what you call C. Stamens are attached to the petals. Stamens are attached to the petals. Maybe like this, keep or arrow mark keep, no problem. Stamens are attached to the petals. What you call? Epipetalous. Discussion of previous. Epipetalous. What is the symbol? A means androecium, stamens attached to the petals. What you call that one? Epipetalous. Next, second, perianth. A. Stamens are attached to the, what you call perianth. Stamens are attached to the perianth. What you call? Epiphyllous. Correct? Or epitepalous. The members of the perianth we called as tepals. That's why we called as stamens are attached to the perianth means epiphyllous or tepalus. Next, another one. Maybe these stamens are attached to the carpels. Stamens are attached to the carpel. Three possibilities. Maybe stamens are attached to the corolla. Petals that we called as epipetalous condition. Stamens are attached to the perianth that we called as epipillus condition or epitepalous condition. Next one is stamens. This is androecium part, male part. Stamens are attached to the carpels. Carpels. What you call that condition? Gynandrous. What you call? Gynandrous. What is the meaning of gynandrous? Gyno, female, androus, male. Gynandrous means the stamens are attached to the, what you call? Carpels. That we call as gynandrous. This is adhesive condition. Take care. Cohesion means the members of same wall united we called as cohesion. Within the bracket we are keeping. Adhesion means one wall is attached to the another wall member. That is considered as adhesion. And the last one is, for example, if you take one plant, I am taking, this is the one plant, this is one plant, and this is called one flower. Maybe flower like this, or maybe tip flower like this. Two possibilities. Mother axis means this one. This is called flower. You take that, with the help of these symbols, we can write a total floral structure, flower structure, that we called as floral formula. Floral formula. What is the meaning of floral formula? With the help of these symbols, we can write how many sepals present, how many petals present. We can write with help of that. We called as floral formula. But floral bud you take. Bud, you know floral bud. Bud time, you cut the transverse section. We are drawing a diagram. That we called as floral diagram. Floral diagram. With the help of these symbols, we can write, that is called floral formula. With the help of that bud transverse section, how sepals are arranged, how petals are arranged. With the help of that, we can write, that is called floral diagram. Example I am saying, what is the floral formula? Flower is bisexual. I am writing like this. That is called actinomorphic flower. This one. Sepals are 5, K5. Petals are 5, C5. Stamens are 5, A5. Gynoecium, 2 carpels and superior ovary. This is what is this, Nana? Based on the symbols we are writing. That is called floral formula. What is the floral diagram? You take one bird, floral bird, to cut the transverse section. How these all walls are arranged to each other. How they are arranging. That we called as floral diagram. If you take this floral diagram, this is called floral diagram. This is, what is this? Outer wall. Outer wall. That is called calyx. Calyx. This is called calyx. And this is called corolla. And how many stamens are present? I will write stamens. And gynoecium, how is present? This is called floral diagram. Floral diagram clearly indicated now how many sepals present, how many petals present, how many stamens present, how ovules are arranged. This indicates floral diagram. At a bud condition, we can draw like this. But normally, with the help of this description time, we can write as a formula base. This we called as a floral formula. But come to here, how this mother axis to respect to the flower. Now see, This mother axis, plant, mother axis towards to the flower, same axis, flower mother axis same, towards to that. That's why we are keeping symbol upside, dot, solid symbol. This solid symbol indicates how mother axis respect to the flower, how it is arranged. If you, for example, this flower you take, how mother axis arranged to respect to the flower, 90 degrees angle. That's why I am keeping, maybe symbol is like this. Depend on that plant, maybe same axis present, it is a solid symbol we are keeping. Maybe that flower is mother axis respect to this flower 90 degrees angle perpendicularly is there, I am keeping one line. So that's why, anyway, according to textbook what given, above the floral diagram, the solid symbol indicates mother axis, how it is arranged to respect to the flower, that is indicated by solid symbol on the floral diagram. But in the floral diagram, broct we can draw outside of the floral diagram. Outside of the floral diagram we can draw the broct. It's indicate broct, it's indicate calyx. Outside of the floral diagram, this is indicated by broct. In case broct is present, we can draw that. Broct not there, we are not drawing that. That is, broct is indicated outside of the floral diagram. How that mother axis, how it is arranged? Mother axis is towards to the, that is flower. Same axis present, that is indicated by one solid symbol. This one solid symbol, it's indicate how this mother axis is arranged to the flower. In case some of the mother axis, it's perpendicular to the flower, 90 degrees angle to the flower. This is indicates this one. Anyway, how mother axis will arrange to the flower, it is indicated by, this is called solid symbol. Solid symbol is indicate how mother axis to the flower. Okay? So with the help of this symbol, we can descript that flowering plant, it is belongs to what family, we can that. So tomorrow onwards, we will discuss according to how many families in our syllabus, we can explain one family. But anyway, every one family we can discuss habitat, vegetative characters and reproductive characters. One by one we can discuss.